don't like Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna just put that out there.
I like Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna let you do that, but it's not the best anime. It's not the best. Welcome to GWB, a variety show about gaming, kind of like a who's who for fly shit. I'm your host, Eutel, and today we have none other than the GOAT himself, Lupe Fiasco. He's gonna talk to us about the 15-year anniversary of The Cool, his NFT project, and then we got my homie Arif. He's gonna spit some bars, as well as much, much more you won't wanna miss. This is Gaming While Black, let's get it.
What does pass the sticks mean? It means give me the controller so I can beat the boss.
For me, it means I got next.
For me, it just means passing the torch.
No, it definitely means you're trash.
No, it means give me the controller because
I
I know what I'm
understand
doing.
what you're
No,
saying.
I know this guy's
Lupe.
Lupe. I know
I'm
his
not
weakness.
getting out.
You lost and you're trash.
No.
Yeah, you
No,
passed
it
the
means
torch.
once I
You
get
passed
it,
the
I'm
torch.
not
I know what the
getting
weakness
it.
is.
You're
Because I
trash.
watched, I looked it up on
You
YouTube.
got
Hell,
it.
Hey, chill. This is Gaming While Black.
Lupe.
Yo. My man.
Peace. Doing great, man. So it's the 15th anniversary of The Cool. You know what I'm saying? Where was young Lou at 15 years ago when he was recording that album, and what headspace was you in when you recording that?
Okay, you got your freshman out the way. Now it's the sophomore jinx, right?
Yeah.
If you can get past the sophomore jinx, you're good. If you don't, it's a wrap.
They're gonna pack you up.
Yeah, it's redundant. You know your audience, people expecting it. There's a whole like, oh, he proved himself on the first one, so his value is there. And The Cool was such a big album. It was all over the place, so many different sounds. And we had came off tour, so I seen big pieces of the world. So I was like, I want to kind of incorporate that in there. And just recently, we were able to perform The Cool in its entirety, right?
Wow.
So we're going, for the whole year, we're gonna be going around different places, just doing that album from front to back.
Front to back.
And my reflection was like, yo, this isn't a rap album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It got punk rock on it. It got like some weird, retro dance like weirdness to it. Then it got like some big, superstar, big anthem pop on there.
Right.
And I was just like, yo, where's the rap? Right? So it's interesting, 15 years later to know that back then you was all over the place.
Do you think that if it came out today, would it still have the same type of impact? Do you think it was just a moment in
Cool?
time thing? Or it was just divine timing for when that came out?
I think everything has its place and time, People go back to when they first heard Food and Liquor and the experience that they had with it in college. And as they were in their formative years figuring things out, they get this soundtrack to that experience, and then it becomes a part of them, like a part of their memory, right? So I don't think you could have the same experience of The Cool that people had in 2007. I mean, The Cool is still kicking ass,
No,
but do I think it would have the same impact if it came out today? I think it'd be a completely different album.
It would be received different, it would have came out different,
yeah.
you would have
It'd
made
be
it
a whole
sound
nother,
different.
yeah, it'd been a
For
whole
sure.
nother thing.
You see me here and you know what I'm saying, Barcade 82, it's like you had some great gaming bars.
Yeah, I had some.
You had some great gaming bars throughout your career,
Yeah.
but you have the infamous, iconic ones on Go Watch.
Yeah.
Referencing what I guess is one of your
Find
favorite games of all time, Street Fighter 2.
On the Ken and Ryu, I find it hard to beat Blanka.
Yeah.
Right? For me, it's like so many layers, right? One of the layers is the streets. One of the layers is, coming up in the ghetto. Another one of the layers is coming up in a household where your dad's an engineer, and you're surrounded by robots. Like in real life, like
Right.
my dad had a little collection of robots that he kept. Literally in our basement, we had these games. We had stand-up arcade machines in our basement, right? You're living on top of an arcade. You go down to your basement, it's an arcade. It looks like this.
It looks like this in the crib.
We would go to karate school, right? So you got the martial arts. We had Street Fighter game there. I mean, we had Ghosts and Goblins there too, right? But it was like games for people to play as they waiting on their kids to pass the time in between karate classes and stuff like that. So I had all these influences, and gaming was always one of the ones that was there in a serious way. I remember being a little kid going to school, and we had a corner store, like a bodega, up the street from the school, and people go there, get their penny cookies and candy and stuff like that. And they had the Street Fighter machine in there, Street Fighter 2, right? And I'm sitting there with just going there just to watch, like how this screen is just playing. I would just sit there and watch that, like, yo.
Just watching two people playing and shit,
Yeah.
like round after round.
Not even playing, like just that. Like
Just watching like the little
just
loading
watching
screen.
the load screen,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, it had an impact and an influence on me in a major way, and I always want my music to represent, if not every facet of my life, at least give you a little look into the things that I'm interested in.
A lot of things you represented also was your relationship with anime. How important is that for you? What you did for me when you made records like that was you made me feel more comfortable with like expressing that I like that type of stuff. Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was walking around like I like Dragon Ball Z, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying it to girls, like I like Dragon Ball Z. Like
I don't like Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna just put that out there. I am not
No,
a
we can
Dragon
get into
Ball
that.
Z fan.
I like Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna let you do that, but it's not the best anime. It's not the best anime ever. I'm not gonna let you do that.
I don't want people to think like, yo, he likes like, it's cool.
It's not the best anime, obviously.
You know what I'm
really
saying?
Get
Like,
into
it's
your
alright.
bag. But it helped raise me though.
Take too long to get to it. I don't care, B. I don't
It's
care.
just like, fuck it.
Raised you wrong, maybe a little bit. Nah, but I mean, I grew up on like hardcore anime. There's a video store called Russ's. It was called 79th Street Video. You know, we being in the martial arts, he had a massive martial arts club. That was one of the places you can go to in the city. Maybe similar in New York, got that one spot, maybe uptown, they got the kung fu
Yeah,
movies
yeah.
and stuff
They
like
got
that.
those.
But I remember having, like, you know, as a shorty, like Giant Robo, Fist of the North Star.
Yo, you know what's
Kinda
crazy
like
that you mentioned that?
like slightly there in the periphery, like,
I
oh
told
yeah,
somebody
what's that?
about that the other day, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
That shit was so raw.
You wouldn't think that Voltron is anime. I bring that up because like you wouldn't think Transformers is anime, right? But it was. So a lot of us was kind of predisposed to kind of anime culture, but we just didn't, it wasn't presented that way, right? It was just a licensing deal from some company that translated it, you know, localized it, what have you.
Right.
But I think a lot of us have been primed. If you watch Saturday morning cartoons, you watched anime.
Facts.
You know, it's just different levels, you know, so when I was able to get into the different levels is when I went crazy, you know, so from Wicked City to like Doom Megalopolis to like the early kind of that style of anime. And that's why I don't like Dragon Ball Z, because it's like kiddie.
You feel like it's kind of like that version of it, that like westernized version, like when it's like not really like the ones you mentioned, like the Evangelion or you know what I'm saying, Gundam.
Yeah.
or-
So anyway, all that to say, like the anime is there as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of inspiration for anime.
So let's talk about something. Today was a very big day for you. Let's talk about LFTs.
Yeah, man. See how and this the cool part is the cool part. The LFT is the extension of the cool, right? It was something that we was always kind of looking at, like how to get into it, what to do with it. So the decision was like, yo, let's do LFT. You know, Lupe Fiasco tokens, right? NFT, LFT.
Yeah.
You know, my idea. Is that
Like
mine?
nah.
And then,
Imagine.
you know, it's like, so what do we do for the first kind of look, first piece of art? What do we dig back into to kind of re-represent or kind of modify to fit that space? And it was like the cool, you know, those kind of iconic characters, the iconic form of Michael Young history, but let's do it in the format of an NFT.
Right.
You know, and what does that look like? What does he look like? NFT is a space where, you know, as a platform, you as an artist, you know, like for me, it's just another canvas, you know, and figuring out what can be done there with the same intention that I put into music, you know,
Right.
like, or concepts or fashion or whatever, like what can I paint on that canvas to make it interesting for that space? So we launched, you know, this week for my fans who want that, who live in that space, who interested in the kind of cutting edge stuff.
Right.
You know, like how can we make it super interesting, super impactful? But my mind is thinking like, as I'm learning it and watching other people work in the space and things that I want to do in it, if we tell the story of the cool, is this a new way to tell it, more interesting, more immersive? I'm still figuring it out. You know, I'm still letting it kind of be democratic and flow, but the idea is to kind of like, here's this new platform, let's go all in and see what happens.
For sure. That's dope. That's dope. Well, we talked about it. This is Gaming While Black. You know what I'm saying? We here in a barcade. Let's get it popping.
Oh, you want some hands?
Yeah.
You want these hands?
Yeah, try the box real quick. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, we're about to get it popping, man.
Ready?
Let's get it. Yes, I'm
Ready
ready.
for this?
He said you about to box me up.
Who you got? What you doing? What are you doing? What is he doing?
We're gonna just take it.
Whatever.
We're gonna take it.
Go ahead, go ahead, go
We're
ahead.
gonna take it.
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, we're
Nah,
gonna
go
take
ahead,
it.
go ahead. Nah, go
We're
ahead.
gonna take it. Nah,
Go
we're
ahead.
gonna take it. Nah, we
Go
gonna
ahead,
take
nah,
it.
go ahead.
What we doing? So you gonna come back?
Nah, I'm just
You gonna come back?
right here. Go ahead.
You gonna...
You got it.
Nah. You gonna...
Nah, come on. Let's go.
Nah, come back. Take half.
What?
You got half.
Nah, you got that.
That's what we call spamming in the industry. That's what we call at the double zero though. That's nasty, Lou. That's nasty. That's nasty. At the double zero.
You all right?
That's nasty.
You good? Make sure you
That's
hey.
nasty.
Come on, you ready? There you go.
You saw the blood fly out?
No mercy right now.
On your ass, man. I was on your ass. I'm gonna fuck with Dallas. I don't
Why?
Cause I got more range and shit.
Nah, B, it's not gonna save you. It's not gonna save you.
I told you guys he was the one, man. He was already the one. That's weak. That's weak. I don't even want that. I don't even want that.
This is a death trap, B.
I'm gonna mess with Blanka just because you was really talking crazy about him. I'm gonna mess with Blanka.
Round one, fight. You win.
He's a pro. Into the short, that's crazy. Right into the short, you can like. That's it. That's LUPN right there. Lupe LFTs. They're out now.
NFT.lupefiasco.com. You gonna get each pick each? It's still me?
Am I past my prime? Eric, am I past my prime? Yeah, I would say I'm past my prime, man. I mean, did you see me out there? I mean, Ken whooped my ass. I mean, I barely could get I had 5 kicks, 3 punches, 1 electricity vault. Honestly, like I barely even got that off. I'm old. Okay, I'm old. I'm older than your parents. I'm older than my parents.
How does it feel knowing that you're the cover actor of a game that came out almost 30 years ago?
How does it feel? That was a long time ago, and I'm just not the same fighter as I was then. You know, I was on the cover. I was a cover athlete, right? I used to just jump around and roll over people. I mean, I was springy, but now, you know, I can't even roll out of bed. Yeah.
How does it feel to be mentioned in Lupe Fiasco's classic album, The Pool, which turns 15 this year?
I mean, Lupe's a good dude, you know, fantastic rapper and everything, but I got some mixed feelings right now because he really took it to me today, and you know, I didn't take too kindly to that. I mean, I only got a few fights left, and so you know, nice bars. I appreciate being in there, and back then, we used to party all the time. It was shocking. It was shocking. So I'm not really appreciating what he did to me today. I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain. How do you plan on bouncing back? You know, so I'm gonna bounce back, but this is looking pretty pitiful at this point. I mean, this is how many Street Fighters has it been? I mean, it's not just been 5. You can't forget the Alpha series and the spinoffs. I mean, it's been a lot. Marvel versus, you know, I'm not even gonna get into it. You know what I mean?
What kind of toll has this had on your body?
I mean, I feel like you guys see it, right? I mean, it's an amazing toll. I mean, you know, we put ourselves out there every single night to fight, and I've been doing it for 30 years. You know, what kind of toll do you think? When you fall off your chair, you know, trying to grab a potato chip off the ground, I mean, what kind of toll does it do to your body? I'm sorry, you know, Philip, you know, you're my guy. I'm sorry about that. is it the end of the road? So it's a good question. I mean, I had lunch with Tom Brady the other day. LeBron came as well, and a little bit later, Ellen DeGeneres. You know, it's her last season and all, and I was asking them, you know, how do you do it? You know, Tom, he's a vegan now, right? You know, LeBron, he's doing the exoskeleton thing. You know, he's got a lot of cyborg parts nowadays. And Ellen DeGeneres, I mean, did y'all know that's not even her really anymore? She has a stand-in every time. It's Tiffany Haddish. I do, you know, think it's kind of the end of my rope here. And as a green athlete, it's just been, you know, it's been hard. And no more questions. No more questions. Back to Eutel and Lupe. Back to Eutel and Lupe.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap for this episode of Gaming While Black. I want to thank our guest, Lupe Fiasco.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Make sure you guys check out Lupe's LFTs on the way. Any music he has coming down the pipeline. Lupe, appreciate you for being a legend in the culture. Stopping by, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
done.
Really appreciate you.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you. All right, to wrap it up, man, we're gonna have my boy Arif drop a freestyle for us. As for me and Lou, we out. Peace.
I said I'm on the horizon, on a different plane without psilocybin. Come from the Forbidden West, and I wear that on my chest. Override the machine, yeah, that's the mission. No Baba Linda, listen.
ahead,
Cuban link on my wrist, I call that twisted metal. Pit boy with the fit, it got a diamond bezel. This ain't Minecraft, it's Minecraft. I rhyme fast, I turn heads, I spit gas.
Everything glistening, stay in your position. You gotta listen. Spit it like antihistamine in the face of my enemies and spit mad energies. I got tendencies. See, ain't no friends in me. It's all hardcore, raw to the floor.
Irregular, that's how I be doing everything. I'm the cure to this like Ellie, but I still be feeling green.
See, it's all off the top of the dome, like bullets that come out the top of the chrome. You thought you was somebody, but to me, you're not known. They knock on the door, I'm not home.
I'ma say lines that always rhyme cause it's easier. I'm so fly, I'm like the wind, I'm kinda breezier. Y'all see me on any Marvel vs. Capcom, I'ma cap him, I Capcom. I put my cap on, then strap on and black on. Woo! I'm back on.
There you go, there you go.
I'm gonna leave it on a high note.